Tomorrow after Mangalarati, we'll go to Tirkadamba. Then we'll go to Shri Mahadev. There'll be breakfast prasad there. Then we'll go to Pavan Sarovar, Bhajanapati of Sanatana Goswami, Charan Pahari, no? They're saying interference, you and mine. Tomorrow we have a bus turn. After Mangalarati, first we're going to Tirkadamba, the Bhajanapati of Rupa Goswami. Then we go to Ashishra Mahadev, breakfast. Then also we'll go to different darshans. We'll go to Nanda Bhavan also, the palace of Nanda Maharaj, Charan Pahari, the place where there is some, first Charan Pahari, then Pavan Sarovar, then the Sanatana Goswami of Bhajanapati of Sanatana Goswami, then we go to Nanda Bhavan. Then after that we'll go to Lalita Konda, also Udavikari, then Nanda Kirak, Sanket, and also Prem Sarovar. So first of all, my obeisance to my Guru Pada Pada, to the Pravishtam Vishnu Pada Sotra Shastra Singh, Bhakti Vedanta, Haribol. My obeisance to Srila Vamana Goswami Maharaj and Srila Narayana Goswami Maharaj. My limited obeisances to them. And also my obeisances to what? Maybe go. So my obeisances also to all the mothers, all the associates of Mahaprabhu. To the feet of everyone, please accept my dandavat pranams. It's 100. So we are celebrating the Radhakanti. Do Hindi, no Hindi. So we are hearing about so much Tata Siddhanta of Gurudev. We are celebrating the centennial of Gurudeva. The Shastras have described many ways of how to attain to God. I'm 100 always, why he's in my way. So, actually we can attain God by the service of Guru. So we're hearing about the life history of the Acharyas, how they have serving Guru so much and attained God in this way. Holding front. So if you want to attain to God in your life, especially, can you go there in front and hold? Especially Srila Gurudeva, Srila Vamana Goswami Maharaj, Srila Narayana Goswami Maharaj, all of them, they show us the ideal, how to serve, the ideal form, the real path of how to maintain our life. Have to stay in the temple and do bhajan. You can actually do bhajan anywhere. Doesn't matter your condition. Those who know about Krishna, their guru, doesn't matter if they're sannyasis or brahmanas or shudra. We should know about Krishna. You must have realization about God. If you don't serve Guru, you'll not be able to get realization in your heart. Just like we are hearing, for example, Madhavendra Puripada, he had two disciples, we heard. One disciple was Ishvara Puripada, another Ramachandra Puri. Ramachandra, you are not Puri because you haven't taken sannyas. You are Ramachandra, but you are Ramachandra Kachori because you are not Puri. Puri is a sannyas name. Please don't take my offense. Gurudeva told him, remember that he would give you the name Puri if you took sannyas. Gurudev told you. Ramachandra Puri, he was always criticizing his guru. That's why Madhavendra Puripada told, only by seeing your face I'll go to hell. So the guru gave up his disciple. Madhavendra Puri gave up Ramachandra Puri. Because criticism will destroy everything in your life, in bhakti, in the future, in the past, all the time. That's why you should never criticize anyone. Just chant holy names. In this way you can conquer God, who is unconquerable. You should not criticize nor glorify. Ninda-vandana. Huh? So actually, all they're not associates of Lord, but they are teaching us how we should give up speaking about others and criticizing others and speaking about others. Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada told, actually 24/7, if you would remember God 24/7, then in this life only you would be able to attain to God. So you should remember God 24/7, means 24 hours per day. Always think about God. You should always remember Lord. Because if someone is really thinking about God, he's not interested in what those are doing. We are not doing bhajan, that's why we're looking at others. Gurudev used to say, this finger in the japa-mala, we're chanting japa-mala. 4 fingers, they are used touching the japa-mala when you're chanting inside the big bags. But 1 finger is outside. This is something really dangerous. Because you're like pointing out, and you see, when you fight others, argue with others, you're like pointing out and trying to chastise everyone. That's why this index finger has no service. Gurudev said, no, but you have to engage your index finger in service as well. How? How to engage? When you chant the japa-mala, you have to point out your index finger to yourself, to your own chest. Don't criticize others, criticize yourself. If you see your own faults, then you'll not be able to see other faults. So if you learn how not to see other people's faults, but see your own faults, then your bhajan will be mature. Gurudev gave one example. And there was a prostitute who was living just next to the temple. A prostitute. This prostitute, early in the morning, she would wake up. So on the top of the temple, there is the dome with the chakra, the disc of the temple. So she would do pranam, obeisances to this dome of the temple, like the roof dome of the temple, and she would think, because of a bad association and bad karma, I am doing this now, like prostitution. She was thinking, wow, but look how the saints are living in this temple, doing bhajan, chanting holy names, waking up so early in the Brahma Muhurta. So the prostitute was saying, look, the saints early in the morning, they wake up so early. As soon as they wake up, they are chanting holy names. So she said, I'm so unfortunate. So she would see this dome of the temple and she would do pranam, thinking about the saints, and that the saints, what he was doing. Early in the morning after wake up, he didn't have anything to do, just taking the japa-mala, just like I told, japa-mala, point the index finger out. Where's my japa? Like this, in the hands, and with the index finger pointing out, look at the prostitute. She was actually only thinking about the prostitute. Myunjan talk is just like a prostitute lady, Manashiksha says, 4th verse. That will plunder everything you have, will take away everything you have. So he was also thinking about the prostitute. She's doing this, she's doing that, this, and pointing out. He was not even chanting one round, only thinking about that prostitute, criticizing her. And by the desire of God, you know what happened? The prostitute died at the same time that the saint also died. Then something amazing happened. Jamadutas came to the temple and told, hey saints, come with us. And the saint, what? Who are you? We are the Jamadutas. No, you came wrong. You came to the wrong address. I'm a saint, I'm doing the bhajan. You're not supposed to take me. You are doing bhajan, yeah? You think you're doing bhajan? You think you're doing the bhajan? You are taking your japa-mala and only what? Criticizing others, criticizing the prostitute, saying she's doing this and that. So they started to beat him so much. They beat the saint, they put a rope on his neck, just like in the Bhagavatam is describing also. How souls are taken to hell. If somebody dies and is taken to hell, how they are taken to hell, They put some rope on the neck and drag the person by the neck. And for 99 yojans, miles, like 1,000 of kilometers, you have to walk on the hot iron. And in this hot iron, some nails are there, like some thorns, nails, like some. In Bengali, they call some kind of thorn or some kind of like a nail, like a metal, and so much pain, and they're getting beaten, and also have to walk in this iron hot thing, and they go to hell like this and suffering so much. But for the prostitute, when she died, the Vishnu Dutas came in her house, bringing a beautiful chariot. Prostitute asked, who are you? We are the Vishnu Dutas, oh my mother. No. You came to the wrong address. The saint is doing bhajan next door. I'm not doing bhajan. Then the Vishnu Dutta said, no, mother. Even though you did bad things, this is true, according to your sinful activities from the past. You have always been remembering God. You have always been chanting the holy names. Into the Sudarshana chakra on the top of the temple. Because you did pranam to the chakra, all your sins were destroyed. Saying this. So the prostitute was taken in the transcendental chariot of Vishnu Dutas and went to Vaikuntha. Never criticize others. If you never criticize others and only chant holy names, you'll be able to conquer God. Those who are chanting holy names, he doesn't even know which day of the week is today. What others are doing or not, he's not interested. But those who are not chanting holy names are Like I told, 6 kinds of sevakas. You know the 6 kinds of sevakas? First kind of fallen sevaka is ali. Ali means small bees, like honeybees. Early in the morning, these bees, they're going from one flower to another flower, but not doing anything, only then go to the other flower. From early in the morning until evening, until lunchtime, the bee is not actually collecting honey, just humming around the flower, but not even collecting the honey. So in the same way, this bad kind of servant or fallen servant, he's not chanting her names. He's just holding the japa-mala in the hand. Hey, what are you doing? What is he doing? And blah blah blah, whole day. So this kind of servant is called ali. Second fallen servant is Jyotish. Gurudev told, call that person today. Please call someone. And Gurudev, but today Sunday, if I go there, he'll not be there. I know. He's not in his house. He's working for 6 days and today he's not there. Gurudev said, go to his house. But disciple is just like a jyotish, just like astrologer, thinking the possibilities, doing many charts, thinking about what will happen if he does that or not. So this is jyotish, astrologer. Another fallen servant, barn. The barn. Gurudev told, go to the market, buy some sweets. Then the devotee goes, bring the money, and never comes back. It's like an arrow. When the arrow comes out of the bow, the arrow will never come back. Stabdi Bhuta stands. So Gurudev tell, do this. So he's not doing, he's just like sitting, not speaking. At least say yes or no. No, nothing. He's just like completely stunned, like not speaking anything. Another kind? Kimeka. Am I alone? Gurudeva told, please sweep a little bit here. Gurudeva, there are other brahmacharis. Why only me? Why me? Then the last one. Like Guru tells him to do some work, and you tell another person, do this work, and there's a person. Like Gurudev said, sweep here. Then you tell another person, oh, Gurudev told to sweep here. Then this person tell another person, so Gurudev told to sweep here, but actually nobody sweeps in the end. Another example. Gurudev told, take this 10 rupees, oh my disciple, and buy some rasagullas in the market. How many? 4 rasagullas. So the devotee went to the market. So the rasagula, immediately he started to drool, salivate. Oh, so many rasagullas, delicious. So he bought 4 rasagullas, he ate one immediately. When he came back, he was thinking on the way. The number 3 is not good. When there are 2 people, then it's okay, it's good. But 3 people, no. Number 3 is not good. So he ate one more. Then only 2 rasagullas were there. Then he thought, oh, I am the servant of Gurudev. Gurudev is so merciful. Gurudev always gives some mahaprasada for me. Keeps some mahaprasada for me. It's okay. 1 rasagula belongs to Gurudev, another one, it will be for me. So I'll eat already before, no problem. So when he arrives, he came only for 1 rasagula. Gurudev told, I told you to buy 4. Why did you bring only 1? Gurudeva, because that day you told in the preaching, You told we should test before buying something in the market. Have to see if it's fresh, if it's old, because the sweet shops owners, they want to sell anything, so I have to try. So okay, when I tried, I just to check. So okay, 3. But in the Harikatha Gurudev, the other day you told that the 3 people together is not good. The number 3 is not a good number. So that's why I ate 1. And 2, Gurudev, always you take the remnants, prasad and leave remnants for me. That's why I kept for me. I took already. How did you eat 3 rasagullas? How did you eat it? Gurudev, like this. And then he ate the last one. This is sevakadam, pollen servants. So we have to serve Gurudeva. How? We have to know the heart of Guru and serve him. So there's Uttama-sevaka, topmost servant, madhyama-sevaka, and kanishtha-sevaka. Uttama-sevaka, the topmost sevaka, is someone who knows the heart of Guru. The Guru doesn't even need to give him instruction. Before that already, the devotee has already served. This is called Uttama-sevaka, madhyama-sevaka, intermediate servant. What is it? When Guru gives instruction, then you serve accordingly. After considering this madhyama-sevaka, intermediate servant. So Guru Agya Jabicharani. 2 meanings this verse. You have to follow the instruction of the Guru without hesitation. Whatever Guru says, you just follow it, okay? In Chaitanya Charitamrita, 2 examples are given in Charitamrita. 1, the son of Jamadagni, Parshuram. So his father told him, Parshuram, you should chop off the head of your mother. So the father is like the Guru. So Parashuram took the sword and immediately chopped off the head of his mother. So he followed the instruction of Guru without hesitation. But they were very powerful. Later, Jamadagni told, I became very pleased with you. Ask for a benediction, whatever you want. And then Parashuram told, oh father, I killed my mother, please forgive me. I'd like to, for you, please resurrect my mother, make her come back to life. So she came back to life. So you have to follow the instruction of the Guru without hesitation. And also, for example, and the father of Ramachandra, Dasharatha Maharaj. Actually, Dasharatha didn't say specifically, Ram, you go to the forest. You saw in the TV, he didn't directly say these words. Dasharatha did not say. Who said? KK told that, oh, your father? Because Ramachandra came and asked, why my father is so upset? Then KK said, son, oh Ram, was nothing, just something ordinary. Your father promised to give me 2 benedictions. 1, that Bharat will be the king, and 2nd, that for 14 years you should go to the forest. So Dasharatha himself, he did not speak these words, that Rama should go to the forest, no. But he knew the mood of his father, and automatically Ramachandra left to the forest. So follow the instruction of the Guru without hesitation. This is one example. This is Uttama-sevaka. Like you know the desire of Guru, and then you follow his instructions, knowing what he means, what's his desire. Another meaning of the same word, Guru Agya Jabicharaniya. You have to consider, think about, reflect upon what Gurudev is saying. What Gurudev really wants to say. What is his heart? What he wants to say? Is he saying externally is true or not? What is he wants to make? What's the meaning, internal meaning of his words? Like we heard that Paranguru Maharaj used to say, my yes and no are very hard to understand, my yes and no. So the yes and the no of the Guru, how to understand what is the meaning of this yes and no of the Guru? You have to reflect upon that. So, Paibet Chamatkar, if you reflect about that, your heart will be astonished. So, how to serve the Guru? I have to think about this. Our previous acharyas, they gave all the siddhanta here. I'll stop my speech. Vanchakal.
Hare Krishna. আপনাদের মহারাজের মুখ থেকে শ্রবণ করলেন গুরুর আদেশ ঝবিচার নিয়া। একবার গুরুদের সঙ্গে মায়াপুরে গিয়েছি। গুরু চল মায়াপুর দর্শন করে আসি।